Hello everyone! After the story of Inazuma in patch 2.1 finally concluded, people are start to throw some opinion about what they think about it. And boy oh boy, it ain't pretty. First, a disclaimer. All of this was taken from comment on BiliBili, on both Raiden collected section and Kujou Sara collected section. This is a mere condense of overall reaction and thought on what Chinese player thinks about the current 2.1 patch. With that out of the way, let's dive into it. First of all, they think that the 2.1 Archon Quest plotline was weak and lacks of depth. The only impactful part was Teppei's arc, which most of the people are actually moved by. Rest well, my comrade. Chinese player also complain on how female characters' writings are shallow compared to the male one, such as Zhongli and Venti, which have an emotional character quest, where in other hand, Raiden only got a shopping trip quest instead of exploring her tragic past, which in my opinion will be far more impactful as we will understand more about her. Chinese player also demands whoever wrote the Sacred Sakura Cleansing questline should be promoted to write the story for the Archon Quest. Since we are back on the topic of Archon Quest, Chinese player also said that besides the lack of depth of the Archon Quest, the plot feels like a fairy tale, where every problem is solved and everyone lives happily ever after. The end. But wait, what about the harm that have been brought by Vision Hunt Decree? How about the people who are died? They can't be brought back. And those who lost their vision are still suffering. Another things that Chinese player think was very tragic and random was Signora's death. Then there is the Resistance suddenly understand how to use teleportation waypoint. It was too illogical and very out of place compared to any story that we have seen so far. So, to recap everything, a lot of Chinese players are actually disappointed with the patch 2.1. The plot is weak, rushed, and the ending was not satisfying. And surprisingly, there's actually only a small percentage of people who are actually complain about Raiden being weak. Alright, so what do you guys think about this? Do you agree with the Chinese player opinion? Tell me on the comment section down below.